All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Team Lighten Up Team Call. Tonight, we have Alexa, is it Luckenbach? Is that how you say it? Alexa Luckenbach. And tonight she's going to talk about attracting business building coaches, which I think is a wonderful topic if you want to grow your business. And Alexa, if I get any of this wrong, just let me know. But you're a 4-star premier coach, Success Club All-Star.
Yeah, I'm officially a Success Club 5 All-Star legend after this month.
Woohoo!
4 months, exactly.
Way to go. So I'm just going to let you go ahead and take over, and let's get started on this call so we can get in and get out. So, all right, guys.
Awesome. Yay. Well, first off, thank you, Shawana, for having me. I'm excited to chat with you guys because this is probably one of my favorite topics. When Shawana was looking for people to talk about how to attract business builders, I was like, ooh, me, because I feel like it's just something that I've gone through like an evolution with my coaching business, and this is something that now I'm like super passionate. Brief version of my story for anybody who maybe doesn't know me. My name's Alexa, and I signed up to be a discount coach back in October 2013. I met my coach Lauren through a Facebook group randomly. I was one of those coaches that talked to her for 3 months in a row and told her no 3 months in a row. So I just want you guys, I always say this, never ever give up or like get discouraged by people that tell you no, because you absolutely never know when those people are going to be ready. And when they are ready, they could turn into some of your strongest coaches on your team. So, Lauren probably didn't think that this girl who kept telling her no and making up excuses for why she couldn't do this would ever, become this, coach on her team doing stuff. But you just never know. So I actually started off though 100% as a discount coach. I did not want anything to do with the business. I told Lauren, I was like, actually, I just want to get my Shakeology cheaper. I'm not going to do the business stuff. I just had all these, preconceived notions of what being a coach was all about. And the minute that I started to get results and become just a natural advocate for these programs and Shakeology, I at the same time, I was just watching Lauren and watching her live this life by design, and it started to get the wheels turning in my head. And it was when I started to, kind of do some of my own side research of other successful top coaches and seeing the potential of this business that made me flip from being a discount coach to a business builder. I saw that this video from Amy Silverman, and she posted about how she was a waitress for 10 years, college dropout multiple times, and she had this video talking about how her business, she was able to earn 5 figures in 1 month as a Beachbody coach. And to me, that just spoke so much to me, because I was like, wow, I would never be able to do that in my full-time job unless I want to be here for the next 20 to 30 years. So that was just really what flipped the switch and just showed me the potential of what being a coach could do if I just went all in with it. So at that time, not to make it sound like I'm only in this for because I want to make $10,000 in a month. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm just saying that when I saw that, it showed me the potential, which is what I didn't even realize existed when I first signed up as a coach. I literally just did it so I could get my Shakeology cheaper. So when I went all in, I really just busted my butt, because the first thing I wanted to do was quit my full-time job, and I was able to do that in 6 months with my coaching business. And I've now been a coach working my business for almost 2 years. And it's crazy because I started off as a coach who was so incredibly afraid to share the coaching opportunity. I'm sure everybody on this call has, if you're not there right now, you've been there, too afraid to reach out and talk about the coaching opportunity. I remember the first message that I drafted, I sent to my coach Lauren, and I was like, can you look at this? I'm going to invite this girl to be my first coach on my team. And Lauren responded back, and she's like, you don't sound confident at all. I wouldn't even join your team. Like, you have such weak language. And that was like what really showed me that in order for me to attract people to this business, I have to really own what I do as a coach. And so anyways, now, like I said, fast forward 2 years, and talking about the business and the opportunity and mentoring my team is my absolute favorite part of being a coach. And it used to be the part that scared me the most. So I've compiled some tips, what I think are, the top 5 tips for you to start to not just attract coaches and get coaches on your team and build your team, but attract business builders, because I think that that's something that we all need to be aware of. There's a difference between just signing somebody up with a coach account and, a challenge pack, and attracting a business builder who's ready to really run with this. So I am going to share my tips, like I said, for how to attract those people that are ready to run with you. Okay. So the first tip that I have for you guys is to be the coach that you want to see on your team. So if you want a rock star coach that shows up every day and kicks butt and does their personal development and shares their story every day on social media and is not afraid to reach out and invite people, you know what? It all starts with you doing all those things first. Nobody is ever going to, you're not going to attract a coach that's better than you and going to go and do all these things so much better than you are, right? You're going to attract coaches that are like you. So you have to start off by being a rock star yourself. If you're not being consistent with the 3 vital behaviors, then you're going to attract other coaches that are not consistent with the 3 vital behaviors. Okay. So, John Maxwell says, the four M's, I don't know if you guys have heard this, but the 4 M's of leadership, I don't know exactly what they're called, but it starts with modeling, mentoring, motivating, mentoring, multiplying. So you got to start by modeling the behavior for your team and the coaches that you want. That is where it all starts. So just know that it's like the law of magnetism. You attract what you put out, okay? You're not going to attract what you want and what you think you want unless that is what you are exuding every day. So just remember that. It's all going to start with you and start inside of you and what you are putting out there. You have to first sit down and maybe think of all of those qualities that you want in a coach. Like I said, do you want somebody who's driven, consistent, self-motivated, somebody who's not afraid to get outside of their comfort zone? Sit down and think about what, the different traits and the qualities that you want to see in your coaches. Write them all down, and then I want you to go through and rate yourself on every single one of those qualities. And be honest with yourself, because if you are not a rock star and rating yourself high on every single one of those things, you're not going to ever attract a coach who's going to do the same. So just know that it all is going to start with you, and you're only going to attract a coach that is like you. Okay. So the second tip that I have is I already mentioned this, but confidence and owning the fact that you are a coach. That is something that I definitely did not have at the beginning. I think all coaches really aren't 100% confident in the beginning, right? Whenever you're new or you're just getting started with this, it's hard to be 100% confident in it. I mean, there's nothing really I can say, but all I can suggest to you is just know that the sooner that you can own what you're doing as a coach and be confident about it, the sooner you're going to see your business progress and move forward. So I actually was sharing this with one of my coaches on a call earlier today, and she told me that she was just afraid to have a call to action at the end of her workout post or post about Shakeology. She was just afraid to say, if you need help on your journey, reach out to me, and I'm here to help you. That call to action that people know that they can come, your door is open and they can come to you for help. And I told her, you got to make sure that you're putting that on your messages. Otherwise, people will never know that they can come to you. You know what I mean? You've got to just exude that confidence and just own the fact that you're a coach. And it might be scary at first, but the biggest thing that's helped me with this is doing a lot of personal development. The biggest thing that I think has helped me is looking at other coach success stories. I think that's why I love going to events so much. Summit, Super Saturday, listening to the national wake up call. My favorite part of the national wake up call is that very last question that Jeff asks: how has Beachbody changed your life? That's my favorite part of the call, because they all have such different stories, and I just love to hear how this business changed people's lives. And it just gives me that much more confidence and belief in what we're doing. And when you have 100% belief in what we're doing and confidence, and you just own it and show that all the time on social media, you are going to attract people that want that too. So it took a while. I can honestly say that it took a while of, me just learning that I needed to stop caring what other people thought and live my life and own the fact that I love Beachbody. I love what we do. We are here to help people, change people's lives. I love our team, the friendships that I've made. I mean, think about all the reasons why you love being a coach. And why are you afraid to get out there and own that and share it with everybody? I think the minute that switch, and I was like, switch flipped, and I was like, you know what? I'm done trying to hide the fact that I'm a Beachbody coach and hide the fact that this is what I do for a living. And I just now exude it. I talk about it all the time, and I love it. And you know what? If people don't like that, they can unfollow me. But at the same time, I have so many more people coming to me now who are like, I want that life. I want to do those things too. The only way once again, law of magnetism, the only way you're going to bring those people into your business is if you are exuding it. Okay. So, own the fact that you're a coach and know that confidence is going to take you really far. And the sooner that you can become more confident in your business, the easier it's going to be for you. So, like I said, personal development is the number one thing that's helped me with that. And looking at coach success stories too, that just builds my belief and just helps me feel better about, what we're doing. So that's my second tip. Tip number 3, I want you to brain dump. I think I already said this, but I want you to sit down and brain dump every little reason that you love being a coach. And that can be something as simple as, the fact that your newsfeed is now always flooded with reminders to go get your workout in. Or it could be that you love the friendships that you made, like I said, or how it's kept you accountable on your health and fitness journey, or now you're getting a chance to actually travel and go to events, or you love being a part of a community and being a part of a team. Every single little piece of why you love being a coach, I want you to sit down and write out all of those reasons. Just get it all out of your head. Every single little reason that you love coaching, and start to share all of those reasons. And it doesn't have to be like these big, you don't need those $20,000 a week posts. You know what I'm talking about, you guys? You've probably seen it. Some of the top coaches will sponsor those posts and it'll be like, my $20,000 a week as a coach. Of course, that stuff is awesome, but you guys realize too that sometimes the little successes and those little things that you love about coaching are so much more relatable than those big wins, if that makes sense. So the smallest, most, simple things about this, I always make a point to share, because you never know the people that really need to see those things. You know what I'm saying? So for example, when I was first getting started as a coach, my why was to quit my full-time job. Hated my corporate job, soul-sucking, hated every single second of going into that job. All I wanted was to be able to work from home and be able to spend time with my dog, and so now that I am working full-time and working full-time as a coach, I just will take a picture of Miley in the middle of the day and share about that. And so, you know what, maybe some of you guys aren't at that point. Maybe you're like, I'm not full-time, I want to be there. Okay, then talk about where you're going, talk about your vision, and talk about everything else that you love about coaching. Like I said, the community aspect. It doesn't have to be this big success story, 80-pound weight loss transformation, $20,000 a week. It doesn't need to be this big, epic, humongous milestone, because the small things that you're sharing along this journey are still going to relate so much more with people, and it's really going to hit home with them. So make sure that you sit down. I want you to sit down and just brain dump, like Chalene Johnson says, brain dump. Just literally brainstorm every little reason that you love being a coach, and start to share those things every single day and being consistent about it. Okay, and then along with that, I want you to talk about your vision constantly. And what I mean by your vision is where you're going with coaching, whether that is to be able to, like I said, for me, that was to be able to quit my job, be able to travel, be able to have a flexible schedule on my own time, be able to go and get my nails done in the middle of the day, whatever. And whether I was there or not, I was talking about where I was going, and I was sharing my vision with people, and I was sharing my mission and what it is that I do in my mission as a coach. And so have you thought of your own personal mission statement and what it is that you love and the reason why you're coaching? If not, maybe think about that. Go sit down and think about what your mission statement is for yourself and your team. And just talk about that. Once again, this is all just going to be about sharing and starting to get open about these things. So my vision for my team, I don't know if you guys know, my team name is Team Fire Away. And so my vision is that I'm here to inspire others to live healthy, seek their passion, and fire away at their goals. And I talk about that all the time. I will add that vision in my mission statement in whenever I can. And I'm planting that seed with people so people know that that's what I'm here. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to sell people stuff. I'm here to inspire others to live healthy, seek their passion, and fire away at their goals. And whether people realize it or not, if you're talking about that all the time and talking about where you're going and why you're doing this, it's really going to, like I said, plant that seed. And the more that you share about it and the more that you talk about it, it's watering that seed. It's just continuing to nurture that seed, and eventually those seeds are going to bloom and those people are going to come around. But they're not going to if you don't water it and if you're not consistent in talking about it all the time. So always share about where you're going, about what your vision is with coaching, because really, like I said, business builders are people that are wanting to go the same place that you are. So what do you got to do? You've got to talk about where you're going, right? So that you can find those people that are going to run and go that same direction with you. Okay. So think about your vision and talk about it and share it constantly. And then the last thing that I really want to talk about, you guys, is to remember that this is a numbers game. So some people might not like that, but it's the truth. And this is something that I had to come to terms with the hard way. I remember when I first started building my team, I was so excited. Every single coach that I signed up, I was like, they're going to be a business builder. Everybody said that they wanted to run a business and, hit Emerald and do all these great things. And I was like, this is awesome. I'm going to have, this diamond full of all of these business builders on my team. Well, look what happened. As soon as I, hit my diamond, people started to fall off. People were inactive. People stopped answering my text messages. And honestly, you guys, from the original, 12 coaches that made up my diamond when I hit diamond back, my first year of coaching, the only coach that I have that's still working the business is Sarah Chaluti, my one little rock star that is still working and chugging along. So you got to remember too that you're going to hear a lot of people that are going to say they want this. You're going to hear a lot of people that are going to come in and talk a lot of things with not much action to back it up. And I think that the sooner that we can kind of like get our head around that and realize that the business builders are going to be few and far between, the easier it's going to be for you to move forward and overcome the struggles when you do get those coach cancellations and those inactive coaches and those coaches that fall off and go nowhere. So just know that the people that I think get this business and really run with it, it's a very small percentage of the coaches that you're going to have on your team. So that's why it's so incredibly important to never think that you have arrived or that you need to just be comfortable with where you're at, because that's just not how this business works. You always have to be working and finding those people. And some of them are going to say they're going to run and they're not, but it's okay. Some of them are going to start off and be discount coaches for 6 months, and then they're going to freaking take off and just be rock stars. So you can never give up on people, never give up on the ones that don't, that maybe aren't running as fast as you, but also just realize and know that it's going to take a while to find the business builders. You're going to find those people that aren't going to follow through with how much action they say they're going to put in. But just know that that's part of this process. And, a really great personal development audio that I listened to that helped me with this is, it's actually in our back office. If you go to the Coach Online office and go to the Success tab, and I think it's Building Your Network Marketing Business. I think that's exactly what you can type in, by Jim Rohn. It's a free, there's like going to be a bunch of audios, but he like does an analogy of a farmer and seeds. Again, we all love to talk about planting the seeds. But he does this amazing analogy and talks about how you're going to put down some seeds and some of them are going to get eaten by the crows and taken away. And, he just does this awesome analogy that really helped me realize that, okay, wow, that's just how this business works. That's just how network marketing is. Not everybody's going to be a rock star, but that's okay. And you just got to embrace it and just know that it's part of this. And I once again, I can't tell you enough, you guys, personal development has been probably the biggest piece of the puzzle that's helped me in building my confidence and being able to move forward and finding more business builders. Because I think that the biggest thing, once again, that first tip that I gave you guys, the law of magnetism, being the coach that you want to attract to your business, that is like probably the biggest tip that I could give you. And the only way that you're going to build that confidence and build that belief and start to attract those people is going to start inside of us. And that is only going to be able to grow and be nurtured by personal development. And think about your favorite top coaches, maybe like top 10 coaches. One of my favorites, Amy Silverman. She's like one of my favorite coaches. Love everything that she posts. And you guys, she freaking owns being a coach, right? She has so much confidence in this business and she just rocks it. And she's like, I do not care. I love coaching. You know what I mean? I don't know if you guys like follow her on social media. If you don't, like go follow her and look at her posts. She just owns it. She's like, I'm a coach. I love it. And it kicks ass. And I want you to join my team and come with me and do this. And you know, if I was, I'm not saying I wouldn't like leave this team ever. I love our team, but I mean, her posts are, I'm already a coach and she just makes me want to sign up all over again. And it's just because she radiates confidence. She owns what she's doing. And when you do that, you are just going to attract the right people to you. So yeah, I mean, that's like the gist of it. I don't know if you guys have like any questions. I wanted to like at least leave a little bit of time for questions, but that's like the main stuff that I had. So.
Well, I thought the call was awesome. So does anyone else have questions? I think you covered quite a bit. I don't know about you, but I took a lot of notes. So does anyone have anything to say? Oh, Amy does.
I have a question. That was awesome, Alexa. Thank you. I have a little question for, after when you start talking with someone who, approaches you, they're interested in the business. One thing that I find difficult is like, because I am kind of, so driven in trying to build my business. I mean, I don't want to say quickly, but, I work a lot. And so sometimes when someone asks me like, what are the expectations of how much they're going to need to work and that type of thing, how do you approach that? Because I know there's a spectrum. So how do you present that to someone?
Totally. And I totally know what you mean because, I was the same way. When I first got started with coaching, I was like full speed ahead. Like I said, I wanted to get out of my corporate job as soon as I could. And I was able to replace my full-time income in 6 months. Now that's not really like, that doesn't normally happen, not to like toot my own horn or whatever, but like that, I know that that's really fast. But the thing is, I always just make it really clear with people that you can make this business whatever you want. And once again, I always just try and be honest and real. I say, if you want this to be a business that is $1 million business, then you got to treat it that way. But if you want this to just be a part-time hobby that you want to do in your free time, you can do that too. You know what I mean? I think I just make it very clear in my messages when I'm talking with people that they can make this whatever they want. I'm doing a business opportunity webinar right after this call, but I have an entire slide that's about pick your path. And it shows a discount coach, hobby coach, business builder coach. And so I say, you can really be at any end of the spectrum. It doesn't really matter. But just know that if you want this to be like I said, if you want this to be a business and want it to pay you like a business, you got to treat it like a business. And I just set that expectation up front. But just make sure to like over communicate that this business is something that can work into, anyone's schedule and can be whatever you want. Does that help?
Cool. Yes. Sorry. I was writing down what you were saying. If it looked like I wasn't paying attention, I like,
you're fine.
It's a good idea.
That was helpful.
Treat it however, treat it like a hobby versus treat it like a business.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, like, so many coaches will maybe just be like, oh, you can, you can just sign up and get it for a discount, or, you can just get started and take it slow if you want. And if you approach every single coach that you talk to like that, you're just going to attract discount coaches. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that's why I always say, not to just like tiptoe around the fact that being a business builder is going to be work and you got to treat it like a business. I think I was afraid at first to be like, yeah, I kind of work my ass off to get where I'm at. You know what I mean? So I didn't want people to like run away. But at the same time, if I don't do that, we're setting the bar way too low and they're going to think that they can treat this like discount coach. And you know what I mean? So it just is hurting us in the long run for us to tiptoe around that fact or always just be presenting the discount part of this. Not saying you're doing this, but I'm just saying in general. And just like I said, the sooner we can own it and just be proud that, hey, you know what? This takes a lot of work. This is not an easy business, but it's a very simple business and it takes consistency and time. And I think that people are okay with that because at the same time, I'm like, yeah, I put in a lot of work and I put in hours and I put in sacrifice, but I'm also getting all of this in return for it. And so I think that the more honest and open you can be about that, you're going to attract, like, once again, you're going to attract people that know that it's not going to be easy for them. You know, is that helpful? I feel like I'm always rambling.
No, very. Yes. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was really-
anything else?
No, I thought that was awesome. And in case anyone else has a question, I know Alexa has to go. She has another call, but does anybody have one quick question at all? No? All right. Well, then I think we're good. Thank you so much for doing this call for us. And I would like to get a picture if everybody can take it off of like whatever that screen is where you can't see your face. There you go. Hey, Diana. My fellow Prego buddy. Hey, Ken. Hi. One more. Who's this? Shalonda? 10 seconds. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take it. Ready? Smile. All right. Thank you so much, Alexa, for the call. I really appreciate it. I thought that was awesome. So I'm going to stop.
You're welcome.
All right.